And hello and welcome to It's Finally Time, 69th episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign.
Yay! Sex joke.
Hell yeah.
And continuing on with consistency, Fergus, would you like to finish out the intro for us while I eat my oatmeal?
Wow, just gonna skip over Silver.
He asked me. I chose next after this one.
Tragedy.
Very well then. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our 69th episode of Adventures in Excordia. Tonight, playing Andariel, we have No Chill.
Nice.
Playing Morgana, we have Deep Shame, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Playing Cairn with us tonight. We have a pyromaniac, so hopefully he'll be a little more under control than normal.
Thank you. I won't.
We have myself, of course, being piloted by Fergus, curse be to him. And last but not least, we have playing Tristan tonight, Silver.
No intro for
Hi.
Giacomo?
Now, you see, when I do it, it's on purpose because it's funny.
I'll send you to the corner, Norman.
So let's get things started and head on to hell.
Connor, the moment you said I'll send you to the corner, Norvin, I was in the middle of writing something and I'm just holding down my mouse now.
Let go of your mouse, Shane.
Just freeze
No.
frame.
How was that, Connor?
Great. Said I didn't get an intro.
You don't need an intro.
Eventually,
Bye.
your finger will get tired, Shane.
I didn't say get an intro. I said need an intro.
I want an intro, though.
Well, you can't always get what you want.
But if you try
Unless
sometime,
you just might find
you get what you need.
Connor.
Is that the Cheers theme?
You
God.
no. Cheers is somewhere everyone knows your name. Jesus Christ, dude.
Don't trust in you.
Fucking Gen Alpha piece of shit.
Every day I get younger in Norman's eyes. In a week, he'll think I'm a zygote with a headset.
Don't worry, you're still a person in Texas.
And Alabama.
Oh, no.
You'll never be a person to me, Connor.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Glad you're clean to the old ways.
You on this again? So am I going to be the first one into the watch together already?
Yep.
I've already got the Watch Together open.
There we go.
Uh,
Okay, good.
Last we left off, you all started to feel out everything that had changed in Excordia from your alteration in time. And we pick up as you all are in after... Excuse me. We pick up after you all had dunked yourselves in different flavors of archaeomancy. You reconvened at a library in Mount Celestia to come up with a plan on how to put things right. Because, for various reasons, shit sucks for you. If I recall,
bacon on it?
They may have.
I hope so.
No, they did not.
I
Baconless
Tragic.
activity.
I could sword.
As you
Do
close the
enough
room's
meat.
door to,
Oh no, yeah.
if I recall correctly, you all had mentioned trying to go rob a time Archdevil's house for materials. Is that still a tentative plan?
I don't believe we have a better one.
Cool.
I think we were gonna do that one and then merge it with what Fergus's original idea was. Well, it was to pretty much recreate time with the fucking flask creature, whatever the fuck
Mhm.
that embryo thing was, and then just be the monsters to that poor bastards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think the tentative like bridge between those plans was using surveying all the fun shit that the Hierophant left behind
So,
over 500 years ago.
I would like a history check at advantage since you're in the library. For anyone who wants to look up information about the Hierophant on how to get to his lair.
Ariel.
19.
And we just keep loading, and loading.
So, let me change the music real quick.
Oof.
Damn.
That's right.
That's like me last night.
No, it was much worse.
So,
You get close to 16.
as you all take your little study room and collect your maps and books, and Dario, you notice in your readings that the Hierophant's lair, while there are books here on the Archdevils, you find a book called the Great Archaeomancy Compact. In it describes a deal made between Archaeomancers and the Devils to stay out of each other's way, so the Devils kept fighting the demons, and the Archaeomancers didn't wipe them and enslave them like they did the higher powers. So you confirm that they still exist, and as you read further, you find that the Hierophant's lair is a notoriously difficult place to get into, and attempting to just plain shift into there would not work, and you would need to find some other back door in the Hells to enter into his lair. You know, as a reminder, that your cleric has a tie to Thamothrax, one of the archdevils, as well as I can give you information and general information about any of the other archdevils if you wanted to start to suss out where you could start looking for information on a different layer.
I think it'd be hilarious if we were to use that Pride Sin guy from the beginning of the campaign.
That is also an option. You could go to Gehenna and contact the Pride Fiend in hopes of finding a way of getting back. This is largely this is a very sandbox moment where you all are given mostly free reins to try and tell me where you want to investigate, and I'll help.
Connor,
build.
haven't you realized what happens when you give these people choice?
I know. I should just say you appear here and do that, but that's not how they designed the game.
I personally would like putting out ideas. I would like to avoid the Pride Fiend on the that there a singularity will form between it and Zankiri when they enter a room.
I'm gonna go ahead and remind you all the different planes you all have access to.
Oh yeah.
So
We've been to Elysium, And Celestia, right? Or what?
You went
Celeste.
you went to Celestia. You actually went to Carcery
Okay.
too. This was where
That's where I got the ice. Right?
yes, and then that's where you all are currently. Elysium you saw was empty. You've yet to go to the Hells, Organa, or Bitopia.
Who's in charge of Celestia?
That would be the
Dragon.
yes,
I meant which Archaeomancy.
House of Dawn.
Dawn.
Oh, speaking of which, Connor, did you ever decide on that patch you posted about
Hmm.
the
Oh,
Archaeo?
I mean-
Storms.
yeah. And instead of ice, I've decided to rebrand it as the House of Storms. Because it fits a little better for what I was going for. And just being ice was a little limiting. Because it was basically just like slowness and iciness. Every other house had a little bit more creative flexibility.
Does that mean my features are changed?
No, I mean, it's exactly the same. It has all the ice stuff more. It's just a different name.
I meant all
You-
the ice
Oh,
aspects that I just added to my character.
nah. You have been promoted. And it's the same. I mean, it's still like a blizzardy storm, like a hurricane. Like it still carries the same aesthetic. It's just different words.
All right.
The only difference is Morgana can now summon on a lawn chair.
It is ironically more fitting for your bike now.
So funny considering the axe we just got rid of.
Yeah,
I ate it.
Gale moment. So as another reminder, you all had contemplated trying to sneak into the Soul Lantern in the base of the Dawn Leader's castle to speak to the soul you all saw back in time. As you found out that when he died, his soul is here, and you thought maybe interrogating or questioning him would give you answers on what happened, but you had mostly figured out above board the important parts, and you had entered the stage of trying to figure out how to make an archaeomancy spell to take you back. For the most part, most of the powerful NPCs you know from the campaign still exist, and now is a time for you all to try and find someone knowledgeable in this world who would be able to help formulate a way help you make the spell to go back. Because as it stands, there's very little knowledge available to try and make this spell. But the tentative plan to try and find a way into the Hierophant's lair is still on the table.
Let's see.
Uh,
All the time Archaeomancers are gone, right?
Give me a history check at advantage to pull information on the time archaeomancers.
Well, no, we were directly told that, right?
There is no. I'm going to give you an in-depth one, depending on what you roll. You know that they aren't really around anymore. That's the free part.
17.
There are technically still time archaeomancy items and rituals, but the house has basically been shut down. Technically, time archaeomancy still exists. It's just there's nobody in charge of it. There's nobody teaching it. There's no way to acquire it. And so
there are no practitioners we could ask
Yeah.
about how to do this.
Not in any real sense. Like the best you could get is like a general practitioner of archaeomancy who has some knowledge of time, but it would be like weaker than Voflin. So, does anybody have any other plans or ideas for contacting a powerful NPC besides going to the Hells? I will mention that you do know that Governess Cromwell is the Earth Archaeomancy leader here as well.
She has no clue who the fuck we are.
Correct. But you know of her.
Which plane has the Earth leading it?
I
Because I know what blood's on the material, isn't it?
think it's Bitopia. Yeah, it's Bitopia because she turned the nature half into like a extraplanar reserve, and then the like civilized half is where people live.
What's in Elysium? Because I'm pretty
Uh,
sure we found out what everyone was. Just want to write them down.
Wasteland. It's just like nuclear fallout wasteland. There's rubble and debris of towers where there used to be things, but uh, the souls that would be there, there's like basically an oil rig that those souls are drawn up and extracted every so often, and there's just nothing there.
Oops.
You killed God and Super Heaven. Um,
No. I
Mhm.
killed God, destroyed heaven, and turned super heaven into a gulag.
uh-huh. So it
I guess I'm Russian.
anyway, the Hells and Gehenna are mostly the same as per the book that Nandariel found. There is a sort of agreement with the lower planes individuals. From what you gathered, it's basically boiled down to with Archaeomancy, everybody could have a nuke, and to stop people from going really crazy, they allow a certain number of devils, fiends, etc., to interfere with normal people to keep the status quo. And so that there's always problems for them to rely on Archaeomancy for. And in return, they don't genocide the devils, and then the Archaeomancers don't. There's generally some off limit people. There are technically gates to each of the heads of Archaeomancy, so there is a gate you took to go to blood and stone, etc. But the blood one specifically was on a space station, so getting to the actual planets would be difficult that way.
You know who we could ask?
Hmm.
We could ask Karen.
You did You did talk to Karen's variant self. You also talked to Vitar and found out that she's like not there, or she's on the run, and that the other gods are bound and being harvested. Super gem. Yeah. You do remember the last time you tried to contact Vitar? She tried to come through your commune, and you had to like end the connection to prevent her from apparating more.
Also, doesn't current Cairn or current timeline Cairn serve the House of Now Storms?
Yes, he does. And the leader of that is, as Karen recognized, the vampire empress from Castor.
Damn, Karen, you must have been excellent. Because now there's a Karen too.
What are the other houses I have? Limbo is home to the House of Chaos. I mean, to no
Fair.
one's surprise. I figured I'd just go ahead and go through all of them so you knew what's that. Pandemonium
Rules
is
of Shadowfell.
Pandemonium is home to the House of Shadows.
Running out of real estate.
And it's a really shitty word to have to draw with the draw tool. Oh, Shadow has neurotransmitters. Cool. Shadow, blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The hell's in
6.
Gehenna?
Fiends. Those are the sin fiends, and there is no time archaeomancy one, and that's the only one that's left. So, and then devils and hells. Shane, my heart jumped a moment with those first 3 letters. Like, That's a funny way to spell devil. Then the H appeared, and I was like, haha, funny.
What'd you think I was putting there?
Anyway, so you all are in the library in Mount Celestia. I would like to encourage you to think of creature types at this point. If you try and think of what kind of avenue you'd want to try and meet someone powerful. Do you want to look for powerful archfey? Do you want to look for lords of mechanics? Sorry.
Mechanist drove up.
Looking up a powerful gift city is a possibility. So just kind of take a breath. Consider, try and think of it like a creature type. Yes, Norp. Orp.
It ain't grab a couple of letters, bro.
Orp. So
We have a typing tool. Why?
we do have a typing tool, but it's less fun.
It's not as funny.
You could also return to the Asmodean and try and reconvene there, as I believe I think Cameron would have to use his word of recall to get back there.
Yes. Some other hanging threads. You know that Malira seems to be alive because Morgana's chest crystal was acting up. You know that the heart that powers your ship, the great gluttony sin fiend, seems to have been like shriveled up and slowly withering on your ship, which was previously thought to be impossible. And Daryl knows that Giasa now has like a MLM style patron structure. Norman, do you want me to go ahead? Do you want to look up? Since you were kind of already on the topic with your previous one, do you want me to give you some information on how the elemental planes have changed, and specifically genies?
Sure.
So, sort of similarly to the fiends, they struck a deal with people, and now they have become basically their obsession with material goods has turned into them trying to con people into making deals and wishes, twisting them and capturing their souls and such. Things like Jasa does. She sells elementals and powerful creatures to archaeomancers, and when people make wishes, these genies will try and twist them in such a way that they end up. Yeah, it's telemarketer. It is basically just telemarketing. I appreciate the commitment, Shane.
Fucking Avon seller or pyramid scheme shit.
Yes. Yep. And their warlocks are those who they manage to sucker more people than others, getting them more things, and you have not been inside your ring yet. I will point that out.
Please just be a cubicle.
Yeah, not gonna either.
Okay.
You're gonna try and limit contact with any of that at this point.
Shane, I'm very curious why you skipped starting with red on the second line. Oh, because you just continued it from the first. Okay.
Do not question me.
Let's see. It was also mentioned that there might be a Katira that still exists in this world. As you would know, the Shadowfell is still, the Shadowfell Dilneater is still fucky wucky. And if you all wanted to look at going to one of the planes you all don't have the tuning forks for, there are shops you could go and try and get a tuning fork for it. But I want to try and avoid us spinning in circles, supposing, what are we going to do? So, I'm just going to go down the line here. Karen, what thoughts do you have? What kind of creatures would you like to try and reach out to?
I'm now we have the general context of everyone. I'm actually interested in contacting Vitar.
Okay.
Given she would have a vested interest in us getting shit unfucked.
Okay. That's a good idea. Norvin, do you have any ideas?
What do you think?
I have to ask.
Head empty.
Yeah. Silver? Oh, that was the other thing. I forgot to mention that Silver managed to use his sending stone to talk to his mom and found out that his alternate self is still living with them wherever they're at.
Yep. There's somewhere on the material plane.
Somewhere.
I love how much I've violated this map.
Gift cards on the line.
Yeah, but also head empty. Don't know who I would be
My God.
calling.
Morgana wants to raid the Hierophant's lair.
Okay.
That is what we're trying to figure out how to do now, bud.
Yes.
So
So let's focus all of our efforts into finding a way to hell. I already said the one I want to do. I want to contact that ding dong and scare him by saying we know all about him.
who, Vofflin?
No,
Oh.
Adahel, the Pride Fiend.
Oh.
You have talked to the giant.
It would be
sun
funny if
dragon.
he's still around.
I want him to answer the phone and be like, "Who are you people?" Like, you had our souls once. It's like, what do you mean once?
How did you get this number?
Leave.
This is my personal. This is my cell. How are you? Who are you?
I don't use this for business calls. Yeah, not in this
Oh,
timeline. What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, so the Pride Fiend Adol. Fergus, did you have any?
The thought that occurred to me was seeing if something in Mechanus could help, considering I'm assuming if not Primus, there is a Primus equivalent. Is the dude that's quite literally in charge of the laws of time and space and everything, and would probably be fairly interested in getting everything back on track.
A decent idea. I will say with the things you've looked up, there doesn't seem to be a single monolithic Primus, like a individual. It seems there's more of a.
Oh God, he's a committee now.
It seems to be like a mission statement more than a person.
The Primus Directive.
Sure.
Enjoy.
Is that a reference to something I don't?
The Prime Directive.
Yeah, baby. To boldly go. But it seems that it is more of a goal of mechanist-spawned creatures to try and maintain things as they are, and there doesn't seem to be one single ruler who keeps track of these things. Uh, though you think that there was one where you came from, implying that they may have been taken out by Archaeomancers.
Literally, the Soviet committee got to him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The humans were casting magic that changed the laws of reality around them. It took offense. They took offense back. They won.
It took offense. They took offense to it.
Yeah.
Specifically, its head.
Pretty much. And so then they were like, we can't just destroy the plane of order, because that would fuck up everything. But we can decentralize you and cause problems. And we'll put one of our guys in limbo on the other side to make sure it doesn't get too chaotic. So far we have Vitar, the Pride Fiend, and somebody on Mechanist. So it seems like there's two people that you all are, two actual specific people you all are willing to look for.
Yeah. I'd recommend the governess, save for the explicit fact that she's probably
Against the cause of changing things.
yeah.
Everything she ever wants here.
This is literally everything that she was gunning for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the thing about Famithrax is, would he have any idea? I've done next to nothing for him.
He would see you have a legitimate boon from him, and you have a
Yes.
pact that has been fulfilled. But you have
Yes.
no knowledge.
I have not fed the mark he has given me. I have deliberately not done that.
guarantee he's going to make you offer him more shit in exchange.
Exactly. So while that is
let's
technically an
avoid
option,
that.
You mean the endless hunger that doesn't have a reasonable limit?
Yeah, who could have guessed? But my guess is about Vitar is that since she's been running from these motherfuckers the whole time, she probably has a back door through the plains as well.
So, seeing as how you're in the Dawn City, did you want to go word of recall to your ship to contact her? I'll give you a freebie. Doing a commune in the middle of Matt Celestia is a bad idea.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
probably pretty bad.
So
So
that's
do you have anything
about
else
where
we
we're
can
at.
here specifically? 'Cause remember, I also can't get my spell slots back until we get back there, but I should only be losing a fifth level right now. I think.
Sixth is you're missing a fifth. Yeah. I don't think there was anything you all were looking to get. I did offer if you all wanted to get any like weapons or armor when you all were visiting the House of Blood that we would do that between sessions, but nobody messaged anything, so I assumed you didn't need anything.
There's build me a gun, a big gun, a space gun.
Those are commission
Time
work.
cannon, perhaps.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my way, Reyna.
Renka? You didn't even say
Reyna.
her name right. Fuck you.
No K for you.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Up, down, left, right, B.
Speaking of that, though, Karen, you do know about. You could try and contact and see if you knew Ajax was a powerful cleric from where you came from. You knew a little bit about him. You could try and look up him or any of his allies, but it'd likely be a scrying or a very deep dive in the library. But well, you can try sending on whoever you want.
That's Plan C. For what we talked about. That's Plan C if these ones don't work out.
All right. So I'm assuming
So
you word of recall to the ship.
yes, we go out of sight from everyone, and once we're all do the checks are not being watched. Word of recall. Poof. Everything good. Right.
Yep, you all appear on the ship.
On the ship. Someone's over
You reappear in front of the altar. Can is designated on the ship. And do you start your commune today, or do you have to take a long rest to prepare it? I think you might use your channel divinity before. That wasn't rhetorical. You are free to answer. Or not. Hello?
Karen?
He
Okay.
muted himself.
Okay. I was like, nobody said anything now. I was being sarcastic, but
Actually, now I think about it, does my aunt still have connection to Hells?
she might.
That would be an interesting thing to check.
You have your
It's
sending
gonna
stone.
be hard to explain to her that we're from a different timeline, though.
I'm back. Dad walked in.
Yeah, I don't even. A big question is, am I still a half elf in this timeline?
I don't think it would have changed.
I think
yet.
for consistency's sake, Connor would keep it that way.
Who knows?
Right. Who knows?
I mean, your mom was the elf, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you spoke to your mom as the same mom, right?
Yep.
Yep. She was very confused. I don't even know if she ever mentioned that about my aunt. So, don't know if my aunt is still Aunt Apple.
She mentioned Aunt Apple.
She mentioned
She
her.
mentioned her.
She was just confused as you were mentioning like ships and stuff. As you know, the technology is a lot more basic here, and so the idea of, oh yeah,
Right.
my aunt's hot rod space driver or spell ship, and she's huh? And you caused a little bit of a problem for your alternate self. And she was like, come back from the market. I don't think you're well.
Damn.
The other day, those same Hellcats zipped past my apartment, and every time they did, they set off somebody's car alarm out front. It was all day. All day.
Damn.
Oh, and
No one called the cop for that?
Cops ain't showing up. They know what happens every night, and they still don't do fuck all.
Prepare commune.
Yes, you have to prepare commune.
Yes.
Alright, then you all will have a long rest here on the ship to get anything. Jesus Christ. You all have a long rest here on the ship. 8 hours as Karen goes to sleep and meditate. For any preparations or people you want to contact. Like, perhaps, a certain mother or anyone else. But if nobody says anything, I'm just going to skip forward to the next morning.
All right. So, we all with doing the Vita first.
I can prepare my spells.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
I appreciate that. Morgana, don't forget to prepare yours.
I was just about to open my sheet.
If I need to change any of mine real quick.
Alright.
I don't think I have particularly. Do we think we legend lore right now? No.
I mean, you can hold on to it just in case something pops up. I mean, I don't imagine we're gonna go into super heavy combat.
Little did he know.
Much to Morgana's dismay.
Then I'll take the dip and just take it off at Orb Purity. There we go.
Look, Connor, I don't think Vitar is going to choose to attack us, granted that she's already got enough problems and we're possibly on her side.
Okay.
You know what? You're right. I think I need to trust people more. Let me just walk into this church at like level 3 and talk to individuals alone.
You made some questionable decisions during that turned it on its head. It alone wasn't that bad. But you
Okay.
shouldn't have done it because you were level 3 in general.
It's okay. You set up your
Yes.
commune on the deck of the ship. Are you wanting to do this? Well, let me ask. Did you want to do this in front of people or privately?
I don't care for much. Plus, if I get jumped by a spook, I need people to help me.
All right, and you are set up on the deck. I'm assuming everyone is
Given
going to
her
be.
process probably gonna cover everything in a layer of frost because that's what her fucking gimmick is.
Someone get the antifreeze poured on the deck.
Someone just set me on fire like that month.
By now, you all noticed that your Hellfire engine, the heart, is fully dark. There's not even an ember left in the engine. That was just a point of order. So you cast Commune. Would you post a spell for me?
Boink.
So you get to ask 3 questions, yes or no's, before the spell ends. Leave correct answer. I'm not necessarily omniscient. So let me change the music up a little.
You want me to turn it to the void?
Sure. You had that
I feel like
ready.
that would fit. I mean, I scrolled into dark and saw it on the bottom. I was like, well, this is the void archgod, right?
No, this is ice. This is water.
No,
But
ice.
you're still in space. The void god is elsewhere.
Vegas.
He,
So, is there any questions we need to in specific, Ben, before I pop off personal ones?
Does she know how to get into the Hierophant's lair? Though you probably don't want to lead with that.
Probably
That
not.
that might be a thing to ask after she trusts us.
Okay. So I need a good opener.
your hair looks lovely today, my lady.
Aaron will riz the ultimate MILF god. See, I can't take they can be answered with yes or no. Okay. What if I ask her if they're at all aware of the time fuckery? Because I don't know how their omniscience go, or if Connor's changed that from previous things, so I don't want to metagame that.
Yeah, seems like a good thing to ask. Could also
Okay.
ask if she knows who you are.
Okay. I'll lead with that one actually, and then probably into the paradox, and then hopefully if she's helpful, the pirate one. All right, so I'll cast commune.
Commune. A small community operates around you.
I
Are
cast
they
commune.
beheadable?
As you cast Commune, you place your hand on the symbol of Vitar that you've traced on the ground. It lights up, and that the faint ocean smell and sound that comes out of your vents from what you're powering starts to thicken to a more opaque fog before it coalesces in front of you, and you see just 2 glaring eyes staring back at you. It's you again. What?
Nod.
What questions do you have for me?
Do you know who I am?
Stares at you. No, not entirely.
Are you damage to the timeline?
He... Hmm. I am now.
Can pray this back.
Say that again.
Do you know of a way? As Cam will straighten his back before he says the third question. Do you know of a feasible way of getting into the Hierophant's abandoned palace?
I do. But that's all three. And you see the glyph of your spell begin to fade, but the mist remains sitting there.
Cam will remain sitting there, cross-legged, just staring into those two pinpricks of light.
What do you have interest in the Hierophant's lair for?
Fixing this disgusting future.
It is quite grotesque. How do I know this isn't a trap to finally capture me?
Big think, big think, big think, big think.
This wouldn't be the first time archaeomancers have posed as clerics of mine to lure me out.
You know my power.
This isn't me
Power.
talking. This is Morgana sting to you from behind Vitar.
The mist opens to see
I
Morgana sitting.
pause it.
Morgana is acting as a refrigerator, just siphoning all of her coldness from covering the ship.
Meat fridge. Yes.
She's going to unapologetically aim her mouth away from Vitar, but speak in no sort of volume as to keep this from her. Mention the god that you actually had.
I was going to say that. Thank you, Morgana.
Thumbs up.
You're a treasure. You know... You can sense the power within me. It is not directly yours. In the original line, you overgods split down some of your responsibilities into more divided domains. I served Elvian, the domain of blood and family. This does not exist here. This is your proof.
As you're sitting there, you see a gloved hand emanate from the mist pile and picks up your holy symbol from around your neck. Just kind of turning it over, examining it. It is covered in ice that is trailing up the chain closer to your neck as she holds it before she lets go. You speak truth. But perhaps a test of faith is in order.
What would you ask of me?
I will be sending an acolyte to you. You will retrieve something very valuable to me. And once I have it, I'll give you that secret to enter the Hierophant's domain. And should you fail to double-cross me, I'll be sure to hunt down every moment you exist and annihilate you.
This is fair.
I'll be in touch. My hand withdraws into the mist.
I should hope so.
Don't sass me. She fades.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn, she was a mighty cold bitch.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Morgana about
I
2
can now
degrees
get.
below zero or absolute zero.
I now understand where Levy gets her taciturn nature.
Karen, if you look down at your holy symbol, it is still covered in permafrost as she's left, as it seems to be that she has marked it for her acolyte to find.
Yeah, I'm gonna opt to not touch that with my bare skin.
You take it off your neck.
Maybe my hands, their hands. No, I'll leave it there. Just make sure that doesn't touch any of my bare orc skin.
Well, I know what you meant, but
Bear with me here.
uh-huh.
Everyone has a right to hang a pair of bear arms in their living.
So,
Okay,
You
now
all-
I think a little bear.
you all watch the commune end and are left in silence, waiting for this figure to arrive. Is there anyone else you wanted to
Well, that went
contact?
well. Anyone else want to talk to anyone? I'm thinking if I want to flip that coin.
I mean, anyone really want to make a deal with the devil?
No.
I'm curious as to how
Unless I
the
get another
Sin
move.
Fiends and the devils, how they feel about the mortals being the prime power and having to come to these compromises to not be fucking annihilated. Wonder how they would feel about us telling them that they had a little more freedom when they were against other gods.
I mean, it's a pride demon. Would be too prideful to feel like he's being undermined.
That's true.
It probably because I'm sure maybe lust and gluttony and the fucking the like don't care as much, but definitely pride, wrath, being told to stay put. No.
Well, it's also gluttony's told it can't eat certain things. Like they all are told that they have to keep their vices in check, which rubs all of them wrong.
Okay, in that context, definitely they're very upset.
You know what? Hold on. Let me check to see if I have Infernal Calling.
You know his name.
Oh,
Because I just realized something. Who better to talk these devils into indulging in their sin to help us than Sunkiri?
it would be a very funny dichotomy
yeah.
of Karen talking to Vitar, please help us, Great Lady and Zankiri. I call on the forces of darkness.
I've seen weirder Avengers.
What is this? Some kind of
Shut.
I don't have Infernal Calling or Contact Other Plane. I do have Sending, though, and I did meet the Sin Fiend once, right?
Yeah, we met him a few times. Or well,
I don't know
we
how many
met
times
him a few
I met
times.
him.
I don't remember.
I
I only remember
Zankiri
the first
just
time
appeared-
and
Zankiri knows his name.
I think Zankiri
He's never
met
met
him. No, I think Zankiri met him when you guys were talking to him once, and he was just awkwardly standing in the corner, like, "I've got no part in this."
I think that's right. I think that was like when you just joined the group and you were just kind of like in the corner taking notes.
I think we had like 2 instances where we had that thing with Morgana, and it was kind of in this kind
I-
of spiritual world.
I think it was specifically when you all were breaking the curse that he appeared and tried to like
Yeah.
tell you all off.
I think it was
And Zankiri is like, fuck off.
it was episode 8, and then it happened when Zankari joined, and it was like early episode 9 or late 8 where we got rid of the curse. So
Well, if I
You know, you're
think
right, Ben,
we
because
I
had
think he seen
Proby
him
break it,
bit
and he
when
was.
we created those pink frogs.
that was later. That was like 4 or 5.
You all could
episodes
also
before
try
that.
and
We
check in
saw
on
it.
Crowbeak.
Yeah,
No.
I
I'm sure-
mean,
I'm sure a Hexblood's doing
Crow.
fine.
Actually,
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what, Zunkiri? Oh no, we're on the ship, aren't we?
Hmm.
yep.
Wait, what about that mirror Daryl has? If you, yeah,
You is just chilling below decks.
mirror still work? No, and Dario's little hand mirror to contact Krobik.
Oh, you can try it.
Do you still have that? If you want
Yeah.
it,
Don't
But-
think you got rid of it.
did you?
No, I still have it.
You want to try and use it?
Yeah,
Why are
this
we
might
gonna
be a merchant.
contact?
Maybe a black market merchant.
All
Who
right,
knows?
and Daryl will
We're just
pull out
we're
the
reaching
mirror
out
and
feelers right
kinda
now.
Open, pop it open, look into it, and Crowbeak.
Are you doing?
Some
Where are you doing
Crowbeak
this? Are you
still.
doing it up near the community? You step below decks to check it.
I'm gonna wait until the commune's over.
Okay. So you're but next to everybody.
Sick.
Yeah.
There is a bit of static, and the closer you move to Mogana, the clearer it's getting.
Perfect, because I was in the middle of typing this.
Your router?
You notice as she places her shit on your
She's
head,
the antenna.
it clears up.
Looks up. Okay. Looks back down at it, and waits.
And you see the image of Crowbeak appear behind this like cloth table. How did you get this number? Who are you?
Answers my first question.
What are you cops?
What am I supposed to be telling her? It just kind of looks around.
Is this a prank call?
Ask her if
No.
she's still in business.
Are you still in business?
Yes.
Hey.
What the fuck is that voice?
Are you in?
Damaged.
What the hell was the name of that city?
I'm not reminding you the name of the city you live in. I'm not.
Are you still in Moonwatch?
No. I live in the court of the fall, the autumn.
You're in the Feywild.
Oh,
Yeah. Where else would I be? I don't think it's safe for my kind out there anymore, thanks to you people.
Reasonable.
And weirdly accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, our tieflings still not
I think
discriminated
she's
here.
immortals.
Oh,
Wait,
What-
that's right. Hang on.
What do you
What's
want
level
from
two?
me?
Hmm.
This is
Just kind of looks around and is like, gives the face of, do I tell her everything?
I'm in the middle of a curse.
No.
I've got clients. And you see she turns her crystal ball and you see like this 16-year-old kid like just kind of awkwardly sitting there.
We need a scroll for contacting other planes as well as summoning devils.
Easily done. Show up to my place. Don't ring this number again. And you see like the essentially like a picture coordinates appear on the glass as she ends the call.
All right, there you go.
You just hear the dead thing. Now where were we? Right, you're immortals.
Well, guys, gonna turn and look towards everyone. Would the scrolls be the same? Since the magic is different.
Probably.
There is no we.
Arcane
Find
magic
out.
really a thing compared to the bullshit that there's this magic.
You know there is no weave. That's the biggest change, is that the gods never made it. So magic would be a little funny.
Yeah,
You probably
I mean,
get some sort of item from her that acts like casting a spell, like a horn of contact other plane, other rather than a spell or a scroll rather.
as long as it does what we need it to do.
Follow-up question: how are you getting there?
How many forks do we have? Just these ones, or
The coordinates she gave us were there like teleportation sigils, or
It's basically like directions. Once you're in the Feywild, it'll like hot cold you to her.
oh, even okay. Do we have access to the Feywild?
All right, Shane, you want to run it by him?
Not typically, no. Since so the only transport that we have are the tuning forks of the original 6 that we had on here: Hell's Elysium, Gehenna, Celestia, Carcery, Bitopia. I don't know why we had Bitopia, but we had it. And then we can reach some of the other ones via the gates because they have archaeomancy leaders on them.
Yes.
Like we can reach Pandemonium and Limbo. We can't reach the Prime Material because it sends you to a space station instead.
You could.
But we can reach most of the other ones that have an archaeomancy on it.
I
but
will point out, the House of Shadows is known for its teleporting and transposition stuff. If you go there, there's a pretty strong chance you can find something similar to a tuning fork to another location.
All right, real quick. Was there any other person we wanted to contact?
I can't think of anyone.
Okay. And
God damn it, Shane.
Shane?
the only one that Morgana would think of is Adoel, or Adel, or however the fuck you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Because since we're going to the Feywild anyway, if we're gonna run into one of them, it's gonna be a lot easier. And I don't even know if that's a good idea.
Hey, who?
Any of the Morgana's family,
So
like the mother, or
would your lead ape sheet if we go wild? Proper.
Hmm?
Would something go wrong with your body if we went there too? That's also.
we use the electrite to kind of mitigate that. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a perfect fix.
Yeah.
Also, she's far less machine. She's far less machine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so tentative plan. Karen, your person's just going to find us, right?
Yeah,
Somehow.
Yeah, they're gonna hot and cold and find me. But
Okay. So we plane shift to the Shadowfell. Try to find a tuning fork for the Feywild. Go to the Feywild. Talk to Crowbeak, possibly Mother. And then once we get that, we contact the Devils, try to get their help in assaulting the Hierophant's defenses in order to get us inside so we can get the time stuff. As well as some point along that happening, hopefully Karen's higher god, their servant finds us and gives us the way into the area where the Hierophant's lair is. Yes?
well, first we have to retrieve an exchange.
Yeah, we gotta do her little chore to get that info.
Right.
Yeah, she'll give us do that once we get her something that belongs to her. Which, if I'm gonna guess right, it's gonna be guarded by one of these other fuckers who's trying to capture.
it sounds like you all got the plan worked out. Everything you said sounds right. So, using you're casting plane shift.
Yes.
Okay. You plane shift to Celestia, step through the gate to Pandemonium, and you find yourself in a city swirled by this like onyx black dust. The city itself is fine, and there's just kind of a low white noise that fills the city as you step in and see this pitch black permanent night and the never-ending storm of pandemonium kept to the outside. Uh, you were looking for just a tuning fork to the Feywild. Uh, how much are they normally? Like 250 gold, isn't it? Well, the spell says like a tuning fork is tuned to a specific plane worth at least 250. Yeah. You can find one for the Feywild easily enough for 300 gold pieces. The guy who sells it to you tells you that it was one of it used to belong to an archfey and is talking up how much it's worth historically. And you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, dude. I just need something to get there. Is there anything else you all wanted to look around in this city for?
No.
I figure not.
I wanted to ask before I say that you all plane shift again. You assuming somebody's going to drop the 300 gold?
Yeah, I'll drop it. Add it to my collection of tuning forks.
You take it, cast plane shift. Where in the Feywild are you trying to name it for you to appear?
What
Fall
court
court?
did you say?
Yeah, I was about to
Fall
say he's in the fall court. Go there.
Yes. Good job. Your pop quiz, you passed. Stickers for everyone.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Yeah, that's not
You say
straight
it
away.
wrong. You go to my setting straight into that.
Please drop Mogana in a pile of red caps.
From Morgana and Clan Automata.
Good.
So, you appear in the middle of a beautiful autumn forest. This is, for once, you all can feel yourselves release some of that tension you've been holding. As it's just this picturesque autumnal forest. Like leaves gently fall off the trees. You see like pixies flying around and playing games. And like a little compass appears on your compact Morgana and Ariel. As you all walk. What's Karen? What's your passive perception?
Since the mauling of live from here. 25.
Karen, there you keep noticing about 15 feet back from you. There's like the snapping of twigs pretty regularly. You think you might be being followed. You want to give me an active perception check to try and spot out if something's following you. Roll for it.
Boink.
21.
29.
29.
No, 29. Shield.
Ah. You notice that there's a pattern of cracked tree branches, and you see that there is a feline tail poking out from behind a tree, seeming hiding from you. As there seems to be some large cat hopping through the trees, following you.
gonna drift next to Morgana. I'm going to whisper into her ear, saying there is a giant fuzzy cat following us. I'm sure it's very fluffy.
You point out the tree it's hiding behind.
Yeah.
Morgana, how do you respond? You see it hiding there.
Everyone watches as Morgana locks in.
Go ahead, give me an athletics check to scale the
leans
tree.
into- Gamer leans into the case.
Morgana wants cat. Fuck.
Of course.
It's climbing a
But
tree.
it's worse.
You're good. As you all watch,
You are the tree.
you watch Morgana like grab onto this tree and just like fling herself up at incredible speeds. As you see, like rounding the other side of this tree, this very fat tiger with itty bitty butterfly wings goes, "Oh shit, shit," and tries to like flap away. And before Morgana dives onto it, grabs it, and brings it down to the ground.
Fate worse than hell.
You know, it would have been infinitely funnier if she had rolled high. Doing the same motion, but instead of her going up, the tree just goes down.
Just chop, 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 chop.
No, not chop it. Just grabs hold of it and just shoves the bottom of it into the ground.
I thought it was in the tree line.
Just
Oh.
It's like in a cartoon when someone gets hit with a big old hammer and they just
yeah.
right into the ground.
Snagglefoot.
I mean, it is the Feywild,
If
so.
that's hello.
Oh goodness. Hello. Fancy seeing you here. It is a very fat, cartoony tiger with tiny butterfly wings on its back.
Oh god.
How large is it?
Large sized creature.
What
Oh,
the absolute fuck?
that is a fruit. I'm kidding.
You're new here.
In a manner of speaking.
Yes, could I let go?
No.
Okay. And the tail like wraps around you.
Morgana
So,
just walks over carrying the cat like this.
A long boy.
howdy.
Hello.
What are you?
I'm just a curious little adventurer.
What a
Morgana, hug him.
coincidence.
You're an adventurer.
Of course. Who else will protect the realm from evil if not the actions of good fae folk?
I can't.
I want to roll an insight.
Go ahead.
I'll get him.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
11. It seems like a fae to be like 19. Karen, you're getting for Morgana and Ariel. You it kind of just seems like a fae. They have so much double speak. You're still taking everything in.
He's goofy.
Karen, you're looking at him. You're pretty sure he's not like a super evil, eat you in your sleep fae. I'm pretty sure.
He's the probably steal your crops and eat all your food, living in your basement.
Probably.
Morgana, hug him.
Oh my.
Morgana will lower the cat to where she can like put her head next to his. You are a curious adventurer, you say?
I am.
Then you know the saying, curiosity often kills cats.
I hate that saying. And
Tenacity brought them back.
as he says that, he explodes into a pile of butterflies. As you said, the phrase.
The full phrase?
No, he meant you made reference to curiosity killing the cat. And
So it killed the cat.
there's now a swarm of butterflies. One of them lands on your nose, Morgana, and you see, as it lands there, it's got a tiny tiger's head.
You're not as fluffy anymore.
Flame
Feel a little butterfly turd on your nose as it flies away. Or I
No,
should
it
say,
doesn't.
attempts to.
I was about to say no, it doesn't.
Zonkiri's gonna try something.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not even rolling for a butterfly. You got it.
Shame you're going to leave. You know, they say even the butterfly wasn't always beautiful.
Turns back into a tiger. You know, it's really rude to force someone to transform like that.
I know.
This is above board now. You go pretty much read it. It's basically like a fairy tale fae. Like if you like make reference to like a story or a nursery rhyme, it happens. Like it affects it. Like curiosity kills the cat, will make it transform. It kills the cat. The butterfly make it transform.
hey Fergus, what was the saying? If you throw something on the ground, a fae or something has to pick it up
Salt,
or
sugar,
encounter or something.
beans,
Okay, just checking.
seeds,
The leprechaun
Just
you can
checking.
throw shoes.
but
Just
Zonkiri,
checking for later.
Zonkiri's gonna look at him and smile, this wicked, twisted smile. You're an adventurer around here, are you?
I am. You're looking at the proud protector of this forest.
Oh, am I to have the name of such the proud protector?
No,
Call me Zonkiri.
you may not have my name.
Damn, thought that was going to work.
I wasn't born yesterday.
Would you like to die today?
Not again.
Oh no, this one will be permanent.
Please don't.
Look. We've got somewhere to be.
Mm-hmm.
You've got somewhere to be.
Oh, am I being
Yes.
kidnapped?
No. You're being our guide.
Wonderful. I don't think you'll all fit on my back. How am I gonna guide you?
Pick the right direction and walk.
Oh, this is a good idea.
Why is that?
No, that's a good idea.
No.
I didn't think of that. Anyway, will the strong lady put me down?
Morgana, after standing there for a moment, will let go of him.
Thank you. So where you heading?
That's a good question. Where are we headed? Like, where do the coordinates say?
She'll give the coordinates.
You're going to Crowbeak's establishment? Whatever floats your boat.
Buoyancy.
Sure, sure. I'll take you. This is just one foot in front of the other, right? You see he's like shakily walking. This is how you do it, right? They normally fly or pounce.
You could do
I
it
mean,
faster.
if you want to fly, Morgana can just hold you by the tail like a balloon.
What a good idea!
Yeah,
Morgana
attach
is
that
going to
tail.
attempt to grapple you.
Morgana will let it happen, I guess.
As the tail wraps around your neck, and you lift off the ground. This way! You see little butterfly wings flapping with all their might.
Yeah,
As
that
Mo-
might have been a little bit more concerning if that had been to any of us who breathed.
yeah, Morgana, you kind of just swing there, unaffected.
I'm just impressed that this motherfucker can carry Morgana's 400-pound ass plus all her gear.
Fey rules. He couldn't until it was funny.
Okay, Roger fucking Rabbit.
Did somebody? No, I wouldn't.
Whoa. Named Snugglepuff.
As this fey creature leads you to a what's normally this beautiful, picturesque autumnal forest, you see this dark bramble hovel. He goes, "Well, that's the place, and I'm not crossing the line because I don't want to be turned to dust." As he drops Morgana.
Oh, where's the line?
You see, it's right there, and he's like pointing to it, like he hits on the ground and points to like a line in the sand. I'm gonna try
You
to
sure about that?
I'm fairly certain that's what he means.
Is he looking at?
He's looking at the line, not you.
Okay, Zankiri just looks at Morgana and kind of gives her the nod.
Morgana starts charging a Captain Falcon up tilt.
Give me that athletics check to shove.
Is he surprised?
You all watch as Morgana's colors etch into both purple, red, and a bright teal as ice. As her visor comes up over her eyes, and at the edge of it, you see icicles forming outwards. And she does this at advantage for using her ring.
Amazing. 30. Yeah, let's see how he does. Oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this. As you throw him over, they're like, no, I can't. And just an explosion of confetti. As you see, as he hits the ground, for a moment, just no, no, and then just this 20-foot sphere of confetti explodes out, and the faint sound of a kazoo. And the door to the hovel opens. Come
Ding
in.
dong.
What the fuck was that?
The doorbell.
Fuck it. He takes another hit.
It's down to a roach at this point.
Damn.
Having been extended hospitality, Zankiri will enter.
You all enter into the hovel, and you see the basic like fortune-telling table, and then, much as you know, Crowbeak, a collection of magical items scattered about. Welcome, welcome, my unforeseen business associates. Did you murder someone?
Yes.
You've got a bit of them in your hair. You get it on my table.
She
Oh,
goes, "No."
you meant recently.
Ye-
Yes, again.
Looks around. Something's ever change.
So you were looking for contacting other planes?
Yes, we need to make some deals with some devils.
Why not an archfey?
Do you want to assault the hells of the Hierophant?
Not particularly. I'll get you their number. As you see, she like stumbles into her back room, and you hear like the clattering of pots and pans and other magical items. She comes back. Ah! Behold! Boom! As she slams down what looks like a devil's horn. This will be what you're looking for. Contacting any fiend you want. All you got to do is pick it up, dial in their name, and you see there's like a 5x5 grid of common letters. And much like a cell phone, she just kind of like pantomimes typing in a name and holds it up like a phone. And then it'll contact them.
Hold on, I have a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
What letter isn't in the hellish alphabet, apparently?
Okay. Yes, the letter K is just you see. It's just like a common cipher. Although I am now realizing the hole you were mentioning in this, that it's somebody's true name that you're supposed to be dialing. So if I have a K, you're just shit out of luck. The K costs extra. You see a single large button in the back that has a K.
Damn DLC culture.
Let me check the price I'm gonna charge for this one.
Morgana plugs it into her software update. Little K
And-
button appears on the side.
No.
And
Dial up.
what's the catch?
Well, I could just ask for a favor. You know, whenever I feel like calling it in. You all have enough passive insight to know she really doesn't expect you to agree to this. She's just kind of fishing to see if you're gullible.
Zankiri just gives her a somewhat disappointed, disinterested look.
I had to try.
Fair enough, I tried it earlier on the tiger thing.
Yeah, you'd be a fool not to. You were talking about my house cat buddy, were you?
Buddy, a tiger with wings?
Time to get a new house cat.
Why does your yard make your house cat explode?
I was about to say, you kind of died walking into your yard.
You telling me how to run my business?
How many cats do you have?
Would I classify as a house cat if it never enters your house?
Alright, which one of us is the Fae and which one of us is asking about specifics and syntax?
On a technicality, both of us.
She just kind of
Yeah.
clicks her tongue. Anyway, I have a few cats. They patrol the woods for me.
How about this? In exchange for the horn, 2 of our souls.
Really? Sure. Your immortal souls do immediately in exchange for the horn.
Damn.
She tentatively sticks out a hand.
Zankiri shakes her hand, and with the other hand, drops 2 soul coins into her palm.
Oh,
These are 2 of my souls.
that works. And she like rubs them together to verify that they're real. Cool. Drops them down her shirt. So,
These are souls from the other time.
Yep, they are.
He just condemned those souls to sitting in between her disgusting hag breasts. That's
Yes,
worse
he
than
did.
the hells.
Better than sitting in Zankiri's pockets, or worse?
Use your pachinko machine till it lands at the bottom.
God.
Is it the first time I've done damage to Fergus? Oh shit.
I was drinking tea when that happened, and the word moles popped into my head when you said that.
You have given me an idea on what she's gonna spend these on. Thank you, Pyro.
God damn. Anyway.
Are you all looking for any other items, gifts, favors? Also, can I see that little compact of yours real quick?
No.
Her smile drops. You're no fun.
Yes, people tell me that pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Snorts.
Well, do you have anything else for sale at the moment?
I've got a bulk sale on pixie dust.
How about cat dust? You have any health potions?
Somewhere, probably.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Let me look. She rifles around for a little bit. Can you roll me a d20?
I'm gonna get her. 7.
She comes back
Praise the
with
grandmother.
one greater healing potion. I could give you this to you for a soul coin.
Like, and give her a soul coin.
Zunker
Wait, what am I saying? What am I saying? Yo, you'll want my soul. Morgana, give me a soul coin. I'll let you pet me.
Morgana standing there with 0 soul coins.
I thought you had. Which one of you motherfuckers
I
had
thought you
something
had a
that
lot
was
of soul
Zenkiri?
coins.
Yeah,
Carrie kept all of his. Morgana spent all of hers on her bike.
well, shit. Now I got.
And
now I gotta
anytime
get-
that
alright.
Morgana uses a soul coin to get 10 HP, it's because Zankiri hands one to her.
I evaporated all of my.
Yes, you did.
Zenkiri, could I borrow a soul coin? I'll pay
course.
something else later. Not my soul. And and hang on. I've recently learned this about interest. How much?
For a dear friend, free of charge. No, just kind of put his hand on Karen's shoulder and kind of drop the coin in with the other one.
Karen falls to his knees. Please just charge me.
I'm too old to die.
I've done worse for boons. Anyway, all right.
She gives you the healing potion.
Alright. Greater corruption. Yeah, you gotta build up a stock.
You wouldn't happen to have any artifacts of fallen time of Chaomancy, would you?
Roll me a d20.
20.
Rolls a 21.
Well, one of them.
Rolled a 20, got a 1. Rolled a 21.
She looks. She goes. Obviously not. Those sorts of things are very strictly controlled by the heads, the archons of Archaeomancy, and I would never withhold something they want.
Got any stinky cheese?
Maybe.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like a 10.
She's telling the truth, Cat.
She very clearly has some hidden merch, but is not willing to risk herself to reveal it. On the one, she's like, I'm just. She's getting. What you said to her is giving her like, do you have any crack cocaine, ma'am?
Do you have any coke from the 1950s?
So she's like, no, I don't. But you feel fairly confident that she actually
I have an idea, guys.
does.
I'm listening.
Go on.
Just gonna pull out the timer Chaomancy staff and say, let me rephrase. Do you have any of my timer Chaomancy artifacts?
Hell yeah.
You do that?
I mean, I'm saying that that's the idea for the other guys.
I won't say anything
Like
until you
the
tell me.
idea.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
We all flex Power Ranger colors now. Yeah. Morgana, come up here. We're all gonna be his Infinity Stones. Let's go.
Hold on.
Yes.
Zonkiri, hearing this, again gives kind of a disappointed look and reaches into his bag and pulls out a wrapped staff, which he still doesn't know what it does.
Whoopsies.
And unwraps it and kind of just plants it in between the two of them as everyone kind of behind him.
Morgana very reluctantly, not Morgana, Andariel very reluctantly does it. But she'll play along because it's funny. She just doesn't want to admit it.
Allow me to rephrase. We're here to collect the time archaeomancy artifacts that you so graciously found and are willing to part with for a finder's fee. An order of the head time archaeomancer.
Give me an intimidation check. At advantage as your group is sizing up in Power Ranger form.
Intimidation.
Morgana gets icy. Karen pops with a blood gauntlet.
It's a new day. I'll give you a
Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius.
That's
flash of genius. I'll make you more stunning
You bellow his cape for him.
technology.
We should all be giving him advantage for the fucking dance
Well,
routine we're doing in the background.
Yeah, he already has it.
That's
Because
what
of
I did give him advantage exactly for that.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
Hold
four.
on,
So
hold
it's 18.
He's saying
Yeah.
hold on, so I'll wait till he... Is there cards or anything you wanted to spend?
Thinking about using that luck point.
I mean,
This
what
is a
else?
charisma. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't help.
It's up to you. Chances are you'll roll
Yes,
better.
luck point.
Yeah. Do have to
A
deal
luck
with
point.
devils though
No, thank
later.
You could always rest. Come on.
Devils are easier. I can beat them up and not feel bad about it.
Why would you feel bad about
You
beating
feel
up
bad.
her?
Bad up.
One of her
Because she
people.
made my chainsaws,
Yeah,
and that
might
means
as,
something.
might as well.
Yeah.
All right, so that is a 1d20.
Indeed.
6. So 18 plus the 4 for a total of 22.
She looks at you and goes, my mistake. I wanted to make sure I didn't put it in the wrong hands. Glad the proper authorities are here to reclaim it. You can feel her gritting her teeth as she's like, God damn it.
Zon-
My fucking toys.
Zonkiri just kind of reaches into his bag and pulls out a bag of 50 soul coins. Sets them on the table.
Oh,
I'll be right back. And she steps behind a curtain. For once, you don't hear bumbling or shaking, as if she knows exactly where this thing is.
And to be clear, Zonkiri is going to give her a look of really that's it, no matter what she brings out.
good.
He's just going to assume she's holding something back.
She spent most of her early career fucking being creepy goblin.
She steps out with a small ring box. Or slightly, it looks like a ring box, but is about double the size, like 4 by 4 inches, rather than the itty bitty one. She sets it down. I came across this legally. I found it on a dead adventurer who wandered into the Feywild, and by the right of finders keepers, I kept it. But I'm happy to turn it over to you for this generous bag of soul coins. As she opens and you see a small engraved bracelet. You see, they intended for this one to help protect them against the time dilation in the Feywild. And it sort of would have worked had they not been mauled to death by a tiger. No relation. But it can be all yours as a simple time focus. As you're looking at this, Sankari, you identify this as something you could alter the function of. Right now, it functions to protect somebody from to get back to the exact moment they departed to the Feywild. You could probably alter this and scale it up to return you to the point before you caused the time rift.
Yay.
Plot device. Woohoo! Part 1.
More time drip.
We're
We got
still
the-
raiding the Hierophant, right?
Yes, we have the Mick. We still need to go get the Guffin.
My brain went somewhere else.
Mhm.
And she takes the soul coin bag and pulls the coins. She like puts it below her shirt and shakes out what you hear like a series of coins and holds up this bag. Should be enough. Well, I'm closing up shop. I'm off to the casino.
No.
Get out.
Of course. Thank you for extending
I
your
usually don't
hospitality.
make trades, but I was actually wanting to ask if there was one more item. If she had.
Sure. Is there one specifically, or are you just wanting her to fish for something else?
I was wondering if she had something to kickstart a demon heart.
A multitude.
Oh, specifically one of gluttony, right?
Is it a gluttony demon that's powering our ship?
Yes, correct. I
Yeah.
think I have something.
Thanks, no, that Famithax thing flipped the fuck out. Yeah.
I mean, we can't leave our ship just drifting in space while we go somewhere. We have to move it.
Nope.
You still have any soul coins?
Few.
So you asked for something to like revamp the heart. I will remind you
Yeah.
that the plane shift ability of your ship is unavailable because the highway that what was basically the interplanar highway you drove on before doesn't exist. So you'd have to MacGyver some other method.
Plus, we kind of need the ship there to know where to do this ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to move our ship, or it's just we're gonna be stranded wherever we pop back up in the real world.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were planning on using it here, and I wanted to give you the heads up before you get back there and go, but wait, that's why I got the thing. I understand now.
Yeah, we can't. We have to move the ship to get to the place, and
I
that's
assume the reason the heart died is because that gluttony fiend doesn't exist anymore, or was never killed in this timeline.
One of those.
And then when we go back, it will fix it.
Maybe.
yeah. When we go back, it will fix it, but we probably need it right now so we can move the ship, so it would be with us when we travel back in time.
Solution: get two. Morgana is the one that said that with a thumbs up.
She
Get two
returns
Heartbreakers.
with this polished black ewer with red filigree of wailing faces and a large stopper on the top. This should do well to restart any hungry fiend's heart. As it is basically just a vessel filled with liquefied souls that have been fermenting so long that they're basically oil. She is.
I go to Zankari saying, "Do you think this could kickstart the heart, so we won't be stranded?"
Oh, most definitely.
Sankar, your lips do kind of salivate a little bit at the thought of drinking, like, essentially ultra fine whiskey in the form of souls. It'll only run you about 75 soul coins.
Do we still have that much?
Pretty sure Zon Carey has like 600.
He has quote unquote a few.
Question is, how many are we going to need for the devils?
Good
We have a
question.
Morgana for that. She's really pent up right now.
God damn it.
Feeling really good these days.
Apparently. Did you pay it, or
Does it seem like this is worth that much?
from a cursory glance, she doesn't seem to be robbing you blind, but you might be able to negotiate a lower price.
Is this a one-time use on the heart?
No, this is 100 souls are liquefied in here in the form of oil.
So it would be good probably to cover both getting to the time rift area and if the heart doesn't automatically turn back on when we get back, pump
Any of
this
this stuff
steroid
is
into it.
Yeah, you could also use this as like a nitrous boost if you when you're back in the main world.
Well, Pyro, from what we've garnered so far, the only things that have trouble is things that already exist in this timeline. So, as long as somebody didn't make one of these fucking fuel injectors, well, as long as Proby didn't make a fuel injector in our main timeline.
I hear an
What
oh
happened?
shit.
I was looking
Time
through my
Magic Spirit
I was looking
5.
through my inventory for something I might trade for this, and I forgot what these notes were actually about.
Mm-hmm.
I have a set of Archaeomancy notes on how the Blood Archaeomancers created a god.
Oh, do tell.
Eh?
I'm
You say a
excited.
god?
I'm excited to hear about this.
And Avatar. So am I.
Yeah, I got it apparently after I got brain fluid for the anti-vampire, and
Oh.
before the Staff of Long Shadows.
Fuck you, Shane.
Wait, what?
Put Gahoon in the
Gahoon is the name. It's an old god in World of Warcraft that was artificially created.
Mm.
Nerd.
Or when you were there at World of Warcraft's launch, don't tell me anything.
Well,
I came in 2 months after launch.
Oh, my
Oh,
my
God.
bad. Isn't the game older than me?
Huh?
No.
so
God.
No.
were these complete notes or are these tattered things you found?
Oh
They're
god, I
different.
gotta look it up now.
What?
Just says
Just
notes on how the
notes.
Blood Archaeomancers are going to create a god.
I think I know what
Okay.
you're.
2004.
It's been 20 years.
Is it?
I think what that's referring to, Fergus, is they I can go back and look, but I'm pretty sure that it was just referring to a godlike vessel. Like, I'm pretty sure that you have notes that were starting to fill out the same way that the governess became what she became. I think those notes are about how Blood Archaeomancy people did that.
Mm.
I think you have partial notes on that. I think that's what it was. I think it was a hook I gave to you to be able to try and like figure it out on your own if you wanted to.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
So
But instead, you elected
okay.
to nuke his entire campaign.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we're more Blood
Embedded in a
Archaeomancers
Pokemon.
now than ever.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, hold on. We nuke the campaign.
We're
We're a party. We stand together in these trying times.
You punted a fat cat into a blender.
Yep, and I did that
from
as a
Moonwatch.
party.
Hold on, question.
Yes.
We're all war criminals.
What
Yes,
would be
Fergus.
what, what, what would be the difference of pouring this soul dregs in versus just feeding it soul coins?
Well, for the soul coins, you gotta restart it. This is nitrous. This is ultra refined, like premium quality fuel. The soul coins are like random Joe schmoes. These are like powerful powerful fiend locks who are died and have their souls fermented. This is
All right.
It's going all the way to the right on the gas pump.
yeah. This
Alright.
is above board is like enough to like jumpstart the heart. Your coins would take a lot more than this
You
would
were
take.
so close. You were so close.
All right. I'll hawk over
Uh,
the 60 soul coins for it.
you mean 75?
I know what I said.
You place down 60, and she goes, and the rest?
I might just have to get them from the other bag. Would you believe this is the first time in a number of years I haven't had the exact number I needed in a single individual bag?
Happy to teach you new things. Get bigger bags.
Isn't it? Well, no, because then you just have more in the bag, and you have too much in a bag. Like earlier, I pulled out 50 soul coins in a single bag. Why were
Mhm.
those separate from the rest of them?
They're your bags, man.
All right, he'll hand over the others.
Much appreciated. Just don't leave the top off of it. They will have a tendency to evaporate and form vengeful spirits. So just keep the lid on it when not in use. That's free advice.
Thunkiri kind of takes the ewer, pops it open, gives a big whiff, and then closes it, like sniffing jet fuel.
Yeah, it's the same way people like smell gas at the pump and they're like, "Oh, that's good." You see like Zonkiri's eyes like rush black, like Bruce from Finding Nemo. Just
Oh,
oh.
oh.
Uh, Zonkiri, you gain 5 temp HP or five temporary HP just from huffing the fumes of this.
Nice.
You gather that if you were to drink this, there are actual buffs you can get from it. For any
Sure, he just did a popper.
yeah. Any evil line character can get a buff from drinking this. Like a good character can get it as well, but there's drawbacks.
So everyone
Really?
except
Any-
me.
Any evil aligned character, huh?
The camera pans.
Zooms
I-
in on.
I just turn to my right and I look at everyone else except me. Because I think everyone else is evil.
Karen staring at you from across the room.
Except for Karen, actually.
Aaron
Because I
holding a
know
jar of
he
honey.
is
Never mind.
a werebear, and that's a lawful good creature.
Karen I idly messes around with the KMSM that negates the poor morality thing on the bear.
God, I have the image of Zonkiri using a
Right.
ewer as their like soul neti pot. Just got a head cold. Souls of the damned, just clearing out his sinuses.
It's really easy too, because he doesn't even have to stick it up his nose.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
You see as she kind of snaps and the door opens for you all to leave. You see her putting on a large hat and glasses before heading out to the Infernal Casino. I might run into you. If I do, you don't know me.
Who are you?
Exactly.
You don't know.
She gets like a comically large purse and throws it over her shoulder. What are you still doing here? Get out!
I would be moving.
That's the phrase that pays there, Karen, saying that you leave. And the door
On
shuts
our
As
way.
we're
Mm-hmm.
I think that's actually the first real deal I ever tried making with her.
Yeah, I think it's the first deal period you've
Yes.
made. As you said
Except
before,
for the removing the curse, that was the only
I mean,
deal.
I am curious though, how does Silver feel about having just essentially paid 75 souls for 75 screaming torture, or for
100 souls.
for 100 screaming tortured souls?
Yep. So
I mean, fair trade.
Yeah, you got more out of the deal.
The coins are more mobile and easier to be traded. It's hard to spend like one of the souls in the ewer for somebody, but you technically have more in the vessel. And she's using these at the slots, so she can't really put the ewer in the
Hey,
slot.
For the
just
greater
do what I
good,
do, Silver.
I guess.
Yeah,
The
just do what I do,
ends
Silver.
justify
And
the
Karen
means.
passes him. And Karen passes Silver.
I mean,
Silver
I
blunt. Just do
do
what I do,
put
buddy.
myself a bit more in the chaotic good.
So you've damned about 150 souls, right?
They were already damned.
Well, I mean like this alternate timeline. They're not going home.
They weren't going home in the first place.
All right.
They're pre-damned.
Pretty
We
damn.
did nothing about it. We're just using them.
What a wonderful moral acrobat show, Norvin.
Am I wrong?
No, not
Well-
entirely.
Well, sometimes good people are stuck in bad contracts and they get stolen by devils too. This isn't
Well,
just evil
they're
people,
already
I don't think.
fucked. We can't do anything about it.
We already sorted through all the soul coins anyway, when it was all a big pile in the chest.
A lot more French words too. I distinctly remember evaporating my share. I absolved myself of your crimes on that front.
I'm
Are you
saying
talking
you
about
got all
the-
the good ones.
Yeah.
You and Dario got all the ones that were good people, and then Morgana sold all the ones that were pretty shitty people, and Zonkiri kept the worst ones to eat.
And what's funny is that,
Well-
and I'm pretty sure Andario ended up. No, Andario was still holding on to all those.
You had them this. Karen was begging for anybody to give him an option not to ask Zonkiri for a favor, and you just sat back and went, "Nah, I'll let this play out."
Let me double check my
That's in
inventory.
I
That is
mean,
very in
they
character.
did ask you.
A single soul coin, and she's like, "Nah, this is
Oh
funny."
no, I don't have any soul coins anymore.
It is what your character would do.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I thought you
100%.
gave them to churches as payment.
Yes,
for them.
I did. I gave them to a
Right,
church
right.
to be taken care of because she doesn't trust Karen's god.
Right, and then they gave you a conversion rate of like 1 to 2, and you're like, "Come on, you can give me more." And they're like, "These are souls," and you're like, "Come on."
Yeah, she used the same logic as I did. They're already fucked. I'm being nice by giving them to you. I can just use them.
Blood, family.
So, are you all plane shifting immediately, or are you?
No,
That's a good question.
there's
Or-
one more thing Zonkiri would do before
We were gonna go
leave.
talk with
Uh-oh.
Malera.
Uh-oh. Zonkiri's doing a
Oh.
thing as he's leaving, apparently.
Oh shit.
Guess that cat didn't have 9 lives.
The confetti begins to recongeal. Slowly. It gains consciousness quickly as you see like it's regenerating Wolverine style and screaming in pain. Oh no! But why couldn't it have been instant? Why is it so slow? You see like it's crawling towards piles of confetti and glitter and like scooping it into itself. This is agony.
As we're leaving, Zonkiri will pick up a single piece of confetti and leave with it.
You
Has
know,
anybody
there's
seen my whisker?
evil, and then there's fucking Zankiri.
That's been the moral lesson of this entire campaign since he joined. He let us know what he was about from the get-go.
That's the basis of his character.
I mean, at least he brought back the tiger.
Oh
No,
my god, why are you
existence is
so
pain.
evil? And Zankuri's response is, "Do you realize how nice I'd have to be evil?"
You will see the tiger finally stitch itself together and crawl over the line. And you see Crowbeak like stride past and go, "Stay out of stay out of the business." Yes, ma'am. Like just kind of starfishes in the dirt.
And Daryl just gets a little look in her eyes, turns back and looks at the cat and goes, "There's more than one way to skin a cat."
And all of its skin flies off. And it just
In a
screams.
single piece.
Yeah,
I hate that.
like
You will go and collect it.
What?
like the magician tablecloth trick. Just and you now have a tiger skin.
Sure do.
Karen is looking at you in pain.
Is there does anyone have a phrase to go help the tiger?
Aaron
I
just
just-
looks at Indario, looks at the cat.
Please tell
looks
me
at
like,
Indario.
please tell me you just drape the pelt over Morgana and be like, "Honey, I got you a gift."
Got you a fur coat.
I
even know what
I
you're gonna
kept
use it for.
myself. I kept myself from having Morgana say some unholy, down bad shit just now.
So stop again.
I,
Look
I,
back at the cat.
I do have one if somebody actually does want to help the cat.
The goose that laid the golden egg.
I'm not a ghost, you asshole. As you
Also, we
hear,
could turn into one that could lay eggs.
you hear like 200 feet off. Oh fuck! As some goose is apparently struck by whatever you said. As think of like the golden goose in like Jack and the Beanstalk. A regular goose is laying that currently, thanks to you.
No, this place is awful. I don't want to be here anymore.
Karen's in
This
tears.
Playing a slightly evil.
Fergus, what's the thing that you said that helped it?
Please.
Not all angels have wings. Sometimes they have whiskers.
Like an angelic light appears from like the fourth wall and it starts to like lift up with a harp.
Zankiri did not say that. Whoever else can say
Oh.
that.
Oh,
First
You're
off, is being an
scared.
angel in this kind of place a good thing?
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Say it, Karen. Turn him into an angel. They've got plenty of halos to barb into his eyes.
You go with looking good, feline better.
I can't. I'm in pain.
I need somebody to say it if you want it to happen.
What was it again? Something feeling better.
Looking good, feline better.
Look, I'll go and I'll kneel this poor creature.
You see it crying. Oh, just his eyes, no eyelids, just staring at you. Me too. It hurts. Why are you crying? I'm the one with no skin.
I'll
Please.
place a jar of honey in its feet and go. Looking good, feeling better. And then I'll walk away.
As you see, it turns into like this humanoid Roxasha figure in like a tuxedo with the comb over. Oh, you know, I can get used to this.
Please
Oh,
don't say
honey.
anything else.
You know what this cat makes me think of?
No. What?
Like a gay toad tiger.
I'm
Please just
weak.
say that's great. I just
That's great.
that's my cousin, you asshole.
You leave Snagglepuss alone.
Man, you guys are as conceited as a barber's cat.
No.
The giggling on the tiger just drops as he turns and looks. You see all of his hair being shaved off magically.
I was not thinking that. It's
It's too late. It's too late, sir. You've done this now.
It doesn't
I
have
I
know
mean,
to.
it's a
his-
meaning of high importance, high opinion.
He has
I
turned
thought
into
you
his
would
true
have-
form.
Cast a spell! Cast a
Dingus.
spell! Cast a goddamn spell! Get Bingus out of fucking blank!
How do you know my name? His name is now Bingus.
Shut up! Flip shake!
Zunkiri,
An effort.
barring Morgana wanting to go talk to Mother, Zunkiri will plane shift us out of here.
You want to go look for Malira, Morgana? And Mother and Millpipe?
Morgana would like to talk to Mother. Probably not run into Malira so we don't form a black hole.
You all just kind of keep walking in the Feywild, and we are going to take a 10-minute break because my headset's starting to die. All right, 10 minutes of charging it should get me through the rest of the session.
Thank you.
Karen needs some oxygen, so
You know,
we'll be
he had,
back
a
in
bit of a, he had a bit of a catitude problem.
I fucking love that.
As we were leaving, I wanted Morgana to like hold the chainsaws in front of Probeak and be like, "You made these."
I'm keeping that piece of him, by the way.
I'm pretty sure Andario's keeping his entire skin.
Yeah. I haven't
What?
decided what to do with it yet.
What the fuck, North?
What?
And
Not Andariel. Move out of the way. What the actual fuck was that?
it's
It's a fey
hilarious.
creature. It's got to have some type of magical property, and I need to think of what to do with it.
Yeah, I kept Morgana from saying something absolutely
Well,
raunchy.
keep pause recording. Share with the class.
What are you gonna say?
So you know how throughout the campaign, anytime Andario does like an absolute act of sadism, Morgana enjoys it.
Oh,
Morgana
no.
was Morgana was gonna like put her hand on your chin and tell you that she's gonna turn it into a blindfold for later.
Okay. Maybe we should just turn it into a sex rug.
The
Wait,
rug on
what?
the floor in Lord Farquaad's house.
Yeah.
I like Zunkiri.
Hell yeah.
I'm in immense pain.
This is what you get for not helping me last night.
I don't know what the
Minecraft.
fuck Minecraft Bedrock is. Leave me alone. The fuck is the difference?
One's written in Java, the other's written in C++.
Okay. Big sorry.
Don't worry, I got it working.
Okay, good. Like, for my Feywild, I went heavy on the completely with a very thin veneer of innocent and just macabre horror shit. But this almost flips that on its head, but just makes it insane in its own way. That it threw me through a complete loop from where I thought the Feywild worked, and it fucked with me.
Oh, this isn't what mine's like at all.
I don't want to. I don't think I want to know what yours is, considering I know what your super fucked up content is with fucking school.
Well, okay, then I won't tell anybody.
Way to ruin it, Pyro.
You're welcome. That's for the sex rug thing you're at. Or the blindfold, whatever the fuck you say.
Organa wants the blindfold.
There's you saw how fat that cat was, right? You'd have stuff left over. You're gonna waste that?
Bindings.
Actually, I had planned on turning it into like a.
Cat of Nine Tails.
I was thinking about that for her because, I mean, it is a fey creature's skin. I imagine it still has some type of magical properties to it.
Yeah, apparently it flies off if you say the wrong thing.
Yeah, so I was,
Oh. Is the... No.
No, hold on. Make her one of those stupid what was it, like 70s 80s B action movie like fur bikinis.
Oh no.
You know what? This is episode 69.
One of these things.
Oh, I knew exactly what you're talking about. You did not need to share.
I'm happy you did.
Why is it that I saw you put it say Raquel Welch and I immediately knew what it was gonna be?
So that's like the most famous picture of her ever.
Playing a slightly evil character is kind of fun.
Playing a fully evil character is really fun. If you do it right.
Smokes.
I can't wait to play like the most lawful good straight laced paladin for you guys.
Look. I got to the privilege of being just as surprised by Zakir's existence, despite being game with you. It was because Fergus was such a different dichotomy. I didn't look past the barbarian Fergus, knowing like that existed just out of eyesight. Like, oh, he commits. He doesn't commit to the bit. He becomes the bit. I'm afraid.
I'm good with
Yeah, still
characters.
fifth. You are. I will completely lay that there. That you are astonishingly good at characters.
Also, if you play the most straight-laced goody two-shoes paladin in Connor's next game, that is when I am playing the Dampier. The Dampier Paladin of Conquest. That's the one I got all the insults for.
You see, my brother, we can't just rampage into these people's homeland and unleash a crusade of conquest just because of their practices and their beliefs. We have to do it for the oil.
Oil? Hold on. There's a soundboard thing for this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There. God.
God bless America. Yeah, I don't have that server. Or Nitro, for that matter.
That one Is that one? No, it's not. That one's from. I don't know which server that was from. Anyway,
Much pain.
I'm not playing the Genasi Way of Mercy monk because I have an NPC in my Monday game that is on the starting bit for Way of Mercy that the party tentatively drags around and or gets shunted across Fantasy Australia. Then they got to go find her.
I wonder who might expect.
And I was reading through the actual Way of Mercy not stat line abilities, and it looked really interesting.
What haven't I played?
It's either gonna be that little bastard, or I'm going back to roots. My roots as a warlock. Return.
Let's see here. Artificers. I had my drug addict. Artificer. Barbarian.
Seems to be a trend with any sort of alchemist is either drug addict or outcast.
Well, okay, so you ever watch Peaky Blinders?
Yes.
I know of it, but I haven't watched it.
You ever seen that clip of that one guy who shakes abominably, but like as soon as he gets the gun in his hand, he's just sniper shot. Yeah, that was basically my goblin. Shook like a leaf in a hurricane, but anytime he'd be put on a mission, he'd down one of his potions, his special medications, and would like sneak around up onto a cliff or something and just start taking concealed shots at the people the party was fighting. Let's see. My most recent barbarian was Fianta. Bard was Father Eli. I've played a cleric since Lou. Or no, I played that life cleric. What was her name? I forget what her name was. Druid. Played John and D. Fighter. I don't think I've played a fighter in a while. Titania, she was a rune knight.
That was a fairy, wasn't it?
Yep, the fairy that could turn gargantuan. Let's see. Monk, I played my crocodile. Paladin. What else Paladin I played? I don't actually remember playing a Paladin recently. Ranger, Colin, I don't even know. Rogue, Old Ira, Mad Bomber. Sorcerer was Morgan. Warlock was Howard. So yeah, I guess Paladin has been the one haven't played in the most recent. What was the last Paladin I played? Was it Maka? God, that was almost a decade ago. It's okay. I've just been figuring out what my next character is going to be.
Oh,
He
awesome.
said a paladin, which is funny.
That's hilarious.
I joked that it was going to be the most lawful, good, straight laced, goody two shoes, wholesome paladin ever.
Zankberry
Just,
Whiplash.
just so I can actually kill Connor with the whiplash.
It might work. It might work.
Then I told him of what my character is.
Do I know already?
Yeah. You're already in love with her.
Yes.
I mean, what's the worst could
I
happen?
didn't create a list of like 100 insults for nothing. I'm gonna say them.
I mean, just go easy on him, Connor. You know what happened with the last Dampier?
Oh.
Huh?
Well, I won't give him the true sight.
What? What happened?
Don't give him a rock that talks either. Supposedly.
No. Oh, by the way, this is the Elysium map. If you all gone there, this is what it looks like.
Oh, that looks like a perfect place for Zonkiri to set up shop.
Yeah. Someone's like, "Oh, it's a wasteland." Yeah. Oh, okay. This is
So pretty.
super heaven now.
I feel like Morgana would like to be there if people would just randomly airdrop big fucking monsters for her to find.
I mean, that plane exists, Andara. Or Morgana. Jesus, tonight's been the night of swapping y'all's names. Well, if everyone's here, we can jump back into it.
Only person we ever heard is Tristan.
Well, no, he laughed.
I'm
I heard him.
here.
Okay.
I laughed.
It just said something.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
Norvin.
not said.
my bad.
Yes, so you all were wanting to go look for Mother and Melira in the grove, right?
I
Yeah.
think mostly mother and brother.
To be fair, they live in the same quote-unquote household. So where you find one, you'll probably find the other.
It's
Oh.
mostly for Mother, but any other
Yeah.
ones we run into.
Morgana, can you give me a survival check at advantage to navigate to the grove?
They have efficiency. Boom.
17. As you're crossing through the autumnal court, you eventually make your way to the edge of it as you see the leaves beginning to change. And you find yourself walking into the... which path would you rather go? You have a feeling you've got a ways to go, but you see like the path forks towards the summer court and the winter court.
You know, I don't really know what court Mother would be under.
I remember when I said that last time.
God damn it.
Slightly different context.
Slightly. Just a tad bit.
Summer, winter, please.
County, that's what it was.
Right, it wasn't state. Anyway, Morgana, you're navigating. You know you've got a ways to go. You have a feeling that you're gonna have to travel ways anyway, but there's a path to the grove through the winter court and through the summer court. Which do you choose to take?
Winter, I suppose.
Okay. You stride down the path of leafless trees and chilly nights. Karen, you feel oddly at home. There is not many fun, peppy fae here. What you see are like very jagged, sorrowful, mourny fae. The kind that look like they would exist in the Snow Queen's domain in Narnia. Just kind of
Bunch of
sitting,
Eeyores.
yeah, just kind of melancholy, sitting in a tree, just watching icicles form. Nothing matters. You see, there's like posts made by some Feywild authority to guide you through to the next court. And you gather you're heading to the spring court based on your intuition.
There's one thing. I thought of it about 10 seconds after I said winter.
Mm-hmm.
Morgana will reach down and grab a handful of snow.
This is your first time feeling snow. With flesh. And it is powdery soft and stinging cold.
As we're walking, Morgana will just hold her hand down there and keep scooping up more and make a snowball.
You have it. You have one snowball. And
Now, do I do something playful or do something to torture a fae?
oddly enough, it's not melting in your hand as you hold it. Maybe as part of the arcamency you took. It's just sitting there.
Now, do I keep it? Do I do something playful or I do something evil?
Roll a die.
That's
In
what I
that
was gonna
order? Evil! What's the nearest fae in a tree?
say. You see this little imp-like creature sitting in a tree, just shivering and like nibbling on like rotten bread. It looks like just oh, woe is me. And just sniffling and shaking. About 15 feet off you from y'all.
Morgana will spin the snowball in her hand. Baseball pitch pose.
Mhm.
Whoop!
Give me a
Right at
dexterity
it.
check. Give me a dexterity check. For this ranged weapon attack. Yep.
6.
It smacks right into the tree next to it and it looks up mournfully. I get it. I'd want to hit me too. And it just makes this like pitiful weeping noise. And just remains sitting there. You can get another snowball and try and pelt it again if you want.
Get a bigger snowball. Turns into a Jesus.
Sorry, I need my mic.
Fair enough.
What do you want to do, Morgana? Yeah, he looks at you and you see he has like tears frozen on his face and he's I probably deserve it.
How high up in the tree is he?
Like 10 feet up. And you see the tree has a face and you see it looks at you and goes, God, will you please knock him out of my branches? I'm tired of the crying. I knew I was a burden.
Morgana will clamber up the tree and just snag him.
Oh, this is it for Giacomo. Thank you. Now please silence him. Oh, we're trying to get some sleep. The tree closed its eyes.
Morgana will just have him in her hands as we're walking, continuing onward.
You will just hear this like pitiful, like woe is me bellowing as Morgana walks with this thing.
I'm reminded of the French jar.
Gladly.
Please.
You see, the French jar had the sin of being friend. This thing has the sin of being fey.
Similar, but different.
Aren't you part Fae?
Perhaps.
As you
Play the Uncle Ruckus theme and it makes sense.
No bit for you.
Once we get to the end of the winter territory, she'll just set it down in a bush.
Just drop it in a bush.
So you are coming across where you see the snow starts to melt, and you're coming across the transition to the spring court. And you set it down in like a brambly bush in the winter side.
Does it turn to spring if you put it on that end?
I don't know.
One way to find out.
I guess Morgana will bring it with us. I'm curious.
There's no immediate change as you step into the spring side with it. Do you punt it back into winter, or you carry it with you?
Just carry it.
Uh,
Like a football.
it does eventually stop sniffling, and you see like the frozen tears and stuff go away. Oh, it's warmer here.
Calling him more.
Give me another survival check, Morgana, at advantage still, as you're starting to feel a pull.
Bam.
Morgana, can I see him for a moment?
Hands him. Hands him over.
Overhand or underhand?
Spike.
Zonkiri is going to pull out a water skin, just take a little bit of water and just kind of dab it on the guy's back and just press it to the cold metal of Morgana's shoulder.
And he sticks. Oh, it was too much of an inconvenience to hold. You had to keep me here. Sankiri. Or Karen, you notice something.
Uh-huh.
The face dripping as you're walking into the spring court.
Is he
He's
melting?
melting.
It appears, about 20 minutes in, you notice that he is melting.
Oh!
Hand him back to Morgana.
He's stuck to Morgana's back.
Sticking to Morgana.
Oh, he's still belting?
If
Yeah.
If he's
You see his feet are shrinking and dripping into puddles as you walk.
This is unfortunate.
I probably deserve it. The experimentation is the best for me.
How small is he?
He's a tiny creature.
Okay. He's gonna learn how it feels to be a Gundam driver.
Oh?
Morgana's just gonna grab him off her back, open up, and just fit him in any space that isn't directly next to her core.
Gonna shove him in there and close the chassis over him. Oh.
I feel
This
like
is.
I feel like this is a Futurama episode. I just can't tell which one.
You feel you feel him begin to shake again in your core, but no longer melting.
Huh. Hey, Daria.
Yes.
How's it feel watching a guy get inside your girlfriend?
A nearby
Give
pixie.
Zankiri a blank face look and just, you're normally funnier. And just keep walking.
You hear a satyr in a nearby bush go. 1 point for this creepy guy, 2 points for the demon. And then the sound of him passing.
He gets halfway through that sentence.
Is that at the Fae?
Yes.
Boom! And isn't there a satyr stat block?
Yes.
I will roll, but if it fails, it's fucking gone.
It might be gone regardless.
No, Saber Suck is
Oh,
disintegrate.
it is.
Disintegrate
disintegrate.
saber suck.
Got a +3.
Nope. Of its 31 HP, you see there's now dust and a scoreboard left behind. You keep walking.
This place sucks.
I don't know. I kind of like it here.
The only true crime here is I can only cast Firestorm once.
This place is very funny.
You hear from inside your chest. Did you say I'm funny looking?
Your existence is funny. Your looks aren't very appealing.
So I'm just a joke. The wailing gets louder.
You can find
You have
some.
served as comic relief.
We can find some fruit. You can be a punchline.
There's now water trailing out of you from tears.
I could always turn him into a zombie.
Morgana, as you were fucking with the imp fae inside you who was going full Eeyore, you feel a chill run up your spine. As you turn over and you see, like, this grass knot, this braided vines along a tree that to you feels like a welcome mat. And you think you're looking at one of the entrances to the grove.
We found it, but I'm not sure what this might do if I walk in there.
You have a wonderful conversation with yourself, ish, maybe.
How did speaking to other Cairn feel?
Weird, very weird. And I don't mean just like mentally weird. It felt like spiritually. I was there, but not really.
Well, we are curious. And Morgana will just walk into the entrance.
As soon as you pass through,
Everybody.
everybody following suit.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also,
Holding on to my pocket.
I would just like you guys to know when I went to look at the Seder block to see what its block was, I just had this random result on there, and I just wanted you all to know that this inspired so much stuff I'm going to throw at my players.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the world lost nothing with the death of a satyr.
I find it funny that you murdered a satyr who's just like, ooh, sick burn, but this poor depressed fae, you're like, come on, buddy. You're going on an adventure. And
They're not even doing that. They're just emotionally abusing it.
Wait, what part of that seems weird, Connor? The satyr was happy.
Well,
This
the
guy
time,
is sad. Ending him would be a mercy.
but the adventure tiger, you also like you're taking this on an adventure, and the tiger was an adventure. Like,
Honor.
Mhm.
Mercy is treason.
for Super Excordia,
Yes.
as you step in, Morgana, you feel like you're connected as soon as you start to step on the dirt and cross the threshold. You can feel the wind blowing through your leaves, creatures running through your grass. And it catches you off guard that you don't have leaves or grass. But it's such a visceral feeling of how the grove is. And you feel the Traco inside you start to act up. But for some reason, you don't feel nauseous. if you check inside yourself to look, it seems that this little icy imp has cried over your core enough to like slow down the Draco progression. This is just this layer of ice over it.
And Morgana use her ice archaeomancy to bolster that.
It could be an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, Morgana's a genius.
Might I make an argument?
Mm-hmm.
Either, rather than using intelligence for this, it might make more sense for either Constitution or Charisma.
I like Constitution. Give me a Constitution check.
Thank God. Thank God you didn't think charisma was a good idea. That would have made it harder. Meow.
Oh, so you do pretty good. Uh, what do you burn it? What do you want to burn as fuel for the spell? So you're able to make a Draco stopping, like a band to keep it in check, but you got to burn some sort of magical item or creature.
Or creature. Fascinating. Now, do I incinerate this imp? Or do I just use a magic item that I don't actually need?
Incinerate the imp. I mean, think about how Morgana would really do. Break one of her toys or incinerate the crying thing within her.
Give up the chainsaws.
Well, I have a potion of invisibility that I could use. But it's a very rare for some reason. Isn't it lesser invisibility?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's a very rare. It's probably quote unquote stronger by magical item standards than the like CR0 imp.
Technically.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, whatever. Well, use the potion.
Shane's about to lose it.
A fucking potion of lesser invisibility. What, a second level spell?
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare. That's the same as a +2 armor, by the way. I'm chucking the fucking potion. Give me the stronger one.
As you kind of just follow your intuition and scratch these runes into the side of the bottle of the potion, you place it up against your core. What do you want the item? What do you want it to look like as this slows down Draco's advance?
I want it to look like the core gets wrapped up in this layer of pure, clear ice.
Mm-hmm.
And alongside the wires that connect it to the rest of her, there's just ice spikes that like cling to her, like the mechanical chassis that holds it in place.
Ooh, I like
so
it.
it looks like if someone wanted to turn the spike bat into a spike baseball instead and made it out of ice.
Nice. And you do so. And you feel that uneasy feeling in your stomach from Draco subside. For now.
Morgana will look at the imp that's sitting inside her. You gave me a good idea. I will not consume you.
I did something right?
Yes.
He begins to smile. Yay.
Morgana smiles back at it as she closes up so it doesn't melt.
As you close it up, you see a flash of green light. You peek back inside, and you see sitting there now is seems to be the same creature, but instead of gaunt and icy, now seems green with a little flower hat. You made him feel nice
Right.
enough about himself that he changed to spring.
She'll spit him out like a Pez dispenser.
I have no use for you anymore.
Well, more he'll probably freeze back into ice if he keeps
Mm.
him in there. Oh god, as a microwave. After spitting him out, she'll just wave and then keep walking.
The grove looks the same here as where you saw it last. You keep walking and you remember where the mother statue was, where Melfite's den was, and where Malira's bed was. Did you want to go to any of those?
Mother first.
Different from where you're from, you see there is a tall spire with flowers spiraling it around the pillar and in a spiral pattern on the ground. And you see a large-sized creature, of whom I will begin to pull the art up. With large, insect-like wings, tending to a wounded creature. As you see, there's like what appears to be some sort of fey fox with a bleeding leg that she places her hand over. There's a glow of light, and then the leg is healed. God damn it, Karen. The timing of changing that to MILF Hunter. Target acquired.
Okay, so you're going after both the lesbians' moms.
He's a man of commitment. As she sets the fox down, you see she stands up and without looking at you goes, Malira, I thought you were going to be busy tending to the... And as she turns and sees you, she stops. Hello there. Do I... Do you have a reason to be in my grove? As she begins walking over to you.
Not a real reason. Like a... Not a mission.
A mission isn't the only reason to visit.
Pyro! I see that shit change in my peripherals. I glance at it and it's worse. We just wanted to visit to see everyone.
Oh? Well, if you walk around, I've had my son work a path through the different biomes. You can wave hello to the different critters about. I believe my son Melfite is currently making some caves for some new creatures that are seeking to move in. And if you continue a ways down, you might run into my daughter Malira, who I thought was you for a moment, as you feel very similar to her. But I believe she is cultivating a spring on one of the mountains. Why do you seem so similar to her? And she's reaching a hand down to press her thumb against your cheek.
We were built that way.
Hmm. She turns her head left and right. Interesting. What do you mean built?
Negative energy flood on the cougar specialist. Morgana will hold her arm out and have it like open up the sections that would normally spit the chainsaws out, but obviously not pull them out.
Oh my. Does this hurt you? Did you come needing healing? As you see, she just by touching you and like tracing her finger over the space, she's mending the flesh over the parts that are supposed to open to close.
She pulls her arm away. No, it's intentional.
Oh.
This is who we are. It doesn't hurt.
If you say so. Well, enjoy the grove. I have some other creatures in need of my healing, so feel free to walk about. Just don't disturb anyone going about their lives. And she kind of ruffles your hair before standing all the way up. Now this is a towering woman. She gets down on one knee to like get on to be eye level with you.
Before she stands up, Morgana's gonna put her hands on top of her hand that's in her hair.
Yes, dear?
And she's just gonna like hold on to her hand and like just feel.
Are you okay? You seem as if you're distressed. I'd like to help you if I can.
Can we have a hug?
Of course. She leans down and gives you a hug and says, I'm always here to give a hug to a wandering stranger. Anyone who needs it. And it is
Morgana's just basically, as she's in this bear hug from this massive woman, she's just going to go dead fish mode and just be hugged and hold on to her as much as she can.
you grip her as tight as you can, and she doesn't even flinch.
Big mama.
Mm-hmm. If you'd like. If you'd like to tell me what's wrong, maybe I can help. A hug's nice, but I'd like to help you.
We're from a different place.
Mm-hmm. Another grove?
In a way.
That would explain why you feel so similar to my daughter.
We don't normally get to do these things. We can't anymore.
Why not?
My mother's gone.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. And she starts like petting your hair. It's sad that death's a natural part of life, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. I'm sure she loved you very much and would stay if she could.
She'll just hold on.
She kind of picks you up Well, if you ever need any more mom time, your mother's here for you. However you need me. She's just moving her hand up and down your back. What does it take for Morgana to let go?
Willpower.
About 5 minutes in, you all see Morgana still clinging to this figure. You all do anything?
And Daryl will go up and place a hand on Morgana's shoulder.
You click your
You
heels
gotta
to
fly
fly.
for that one. About to say she stood up with Morgana in her arms. Oh, Morgana's
then-
up there.
On Morgana's calf.
Morgana, you look down and see Andariel.
We need to get going.
Morgana will nod, look up at Mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's my girlfriend.
She seems lovely.
Nice to meet you.
A pleasure. It's about then you all hear a voice calling out from over the hill. Mom! This is a voice you don't recognize.
Oh shit. Well, I know that is.
And cresting the hill, you see a figure who looks like you have been told Malira looked. As reference, there's Melfat on the right, Malira on the left.
I accidentally clicked out of the picture.
Yep.
Aren't those just the bee and the rhinoceros beetle from Slime Diaries?
Maybe. All I know is there was a hell of a time trying to find the epic rhino beetle art I've wanted.
We be grabbing art in this fine D&D establishment.
Yes, sir!
And storylines a lot of the time.
Show me your game with the original plot.
No.
You see Malira running up with a staff, similar to your crystal. Mom, it's on the fritz again. Malira, dear, I don't know. I've told you there's nothing wrong with it. There's no flaws, no cracks. There's nothing the matter with your staff. There must be something you're doing to use it incorrectly. Mom, I'm doing exactly what I always do, and it's just not working. It's like it's half full. Let me see it. How long do you all stay to watch this? Do you introduce yourself to Malira, or do you leave? Mother has turned her back on you, Morgana, and is talking to Malira now.
As Morgana is taking up a lot of the party's time, she'll look to them.
You see Zuncuria idly considering if it's possible to fit 2 creatures in the iron flask.
Steal Malira and Mother and put them in the flash? Or just Mother?
One for each cheek.
Well, actually, would that even work since we're on the Feywild?
Yeah, you'd have to send them
No.
to a non-native plane and then do it.
Yeah, Zuncuria is mostly just trying to keep quiet so
Okay.
that Melphite doesn't sniff him out and get pissed, then we have to deal with that.
Fair point. Malira does look over past Mother and wave hi to you all. Hi,
Oh
friends.
no.
Welcome to the
Hi.
Grove.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Malira. What's your name?
Morgana.
What a
There.
pretty name. Us M names. We gotta stick together.
Morgana just looks like wide-eyed, like, okay.
Oh my gosh, your hair looks so pretty. And she like immediately, without asking, flies up to start touching it. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. Oh, sorry, I should have asked. And she drops back down.
It's okay.
Oh, she's not good with consent either. I don't actually say that.
Mother starts to turn, stone grinding noise.
It's about... Is something wrong with your staff?
My mom keeps telling me there's not. But like, I can't make as much stuff as I usually do. Like, I keep really trying to make things, and it's just like there's not enough in it. Which is weird, because it shouldn't run out while I'm in the grove. I keep bringing it to her to have it like fixed, but there's nothing wrong with it, she says. I hope I'm not broken.
Quietly in Morgana's ear, most likely she's having a hard time because you are here.
Guilt level 100.
Wow, there were so many better ways to phrase that.
Charisma character.
Yeah, not a charisma human being though.
Oh, we know.
The intrusive thoughts win.
Morgana will reach down to Malira's hand and cup it in her own. You're not broken.
Oh, you. Thank you. I doubt myself sometimes, but it's good to see that others can feel it. And she's got this puzzled look on her face as she's holding your hand. Are you a fae too?
Partially.
I thought I felt the same. We're both spring fae, aren't we? Do you make things too?
We've made a few.
Oh my gosh, what are your favorites? And she like crosses her legs in the air, and her wings are just holding her steady.
We've made it. Totem spirits.
Can I see?
Granted that the totems are kept next to our core.
Mhm.
Probably not a good idea.
She asks.
Morgana will turn around,
Oh?
open up, grab one.
Which one do you pull out?
And maybe not the one of Malphite.
That's what I was hoping you'd pull out. I'm like, that looks.
You know what? Fuck it. Hold on. Malphite it is.
Which one is she the most proud of?
I mean, she's proud of them both. She made them both at the
So
same
it's
time.
either the Baron totem or.
Is
Do you
Baron or Malphite?
You pull out the Melphite totem, close your chest, and turn around. She goes, "Oh my gosh, this looks just like my brother. I'm gonna go get him. He's gonna want to see this. Don't go anywhere." She starts running off.
All right. Hear that, Zanku? They're gonna go get Malphite.
So yeah, as she says that, Zonkir, you feel a bead of sweat form on your brow.
I kicked his ass once. I'll do it again.
You don't have the iron flask this time.
Morgana
so there's nothing to save him.
Morgana just turns to Zonkiri, puts her hands together, and like tilts her head, just like just mouthing sorry.
Well, you're skeletons, so you can actually try.
We're like what 5 levels higher than we were when we whooped his ass the first time.
Remember that there's another Archfainer there, not you, and the bucking mother.
Yeah,
And
I
on their
really
home
don't
ground.
Don't really want to fight Mom, but you know,
I mean, I'll fight her,
we
but
wouldn't
not
get
like that.
decimated. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go be somewhere else right now.
Karen pulls out a lawn chair. Go on. Oh,
As the party kind of dissipates and gives Morgana some privacy, does anybody stay with her while she waits for them to appear?
And Arrow will stay.
Okay.
Karen will say.
Silver?
I swear, you hit on mom, and
Yeah, I'm here with
You think
popcorn.
You think I'd tell you?
And Daryl will get wish eventually. She will wish you out of existence.
And eventually, I could just do divine intervention once a day.
No,
Swear, bitch.
easier wish. Anytime that Karen talks to an older woman with the intentions of flirting, he instantly shits himself.
Easy fix. Make me mortal, but also 1,000 years old.
I mean, you do live for like a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, like no woman's older than me until you speak to a witch, which would be hilarious. Like
The day Karen squares up to unless
Zonkira?
for unless was this from Konosuba? No.
I don't know if you meant to say it, but did you mean to say Zonkira?
No.
I thought you were making a joke of like female Zonkiri. That you were
I
saying.
have that.
I had a flash in my head, like, what if Zonkari knew about the curse and like fucking shapeshifted to trick him?
Just to make him shit himself.
I mean, I will point out Zunkiri is in a female's body right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I just said that. Like, we already have that. Have you seen his tits?
And Zonkiri goes to hide from the Sword of Nightwalker. Eventually, about 10 minutes later, you see Malia returns with Malphite, who is digging through the ground like a land shark before erupting in
That's
front
so
of you.
cool.
Before he erupts out of the earth in front of you.
Malphite.
Malphite, man, yeah, sorry. My sister said you had something that I would find interesting, and she wouldn't leave me alone to do my work until I came to look. So, can you show me so I can be done? And Malia pipes up, "Oh, don't act like I'm that annoying. You're very annoying. I wish to be left alone." "Oh, don't say that. You know you love me." "Uh-huh."
Morgana will hold out the totem.
Stunning likeness. And he looks at you with just a hint of worry. Like, that little fear that, like, am I sure this person isn't my stalker?
You have no idea.
Very
Bro,
nice.
get a hold of yourself. That's your stepsister.
I'm shook.
Morgana will turn back around, open up, set it back down, close again.
Curious. I've never known a Fae to be modest, but to each their own.
Shut up, Pyro.
I thought you were telling Malphite shut up at first.
No. I was saying that because I read what he said.
For a
Morgana,
moment, I heard, I've never known a Fae to be modest. Shut up.
Just smacks him.
Morgana will look at him. Does he like Morgana's looked at Malphite
Mhm.
a lot
Yeah.
when we were with him in our timeline. Does he look a lot brighter, a lot more cheerful?
Oh, yeah. Compared, you thought the Malphite you saw before was just like the aesthetics of his thing. This one in front of you looks youthful. Compared to the one you know is visibly depressed and decrepit in his body language. This one is very clearly like happy and like annoying older brother, but isn't mourning his sister.
he misses his sister in our
Mhm.
time.
And his mom is gone, and like he went through a very dark time, and this one has not gone through it and does not realize how good he has it off.
Morgana will just reach down and grab his hand.
I'm not really the touchy feely type.
We come from a family that's a little broken.
Sorry to
We-
hear that.
I like seeing you all together.
Glad you're enjoying it. Emily pipes in. Don't be weird. She's saying something nice. Say thank you. Thank you. He really means well. He's just a bit of a grump. Yeah, he has the worst temper. I do not. See? Thank you for complimenting my family. I appreciate your sentiment. And he pulls his hand away. Now can I go back to digging my holes? Yeah, fine, sure. I mean, you didn't have to come at all. Yes, or you wouldn't have left me alone. Fine, do what you want.
No fight.
He's about to dive back into the hole he dug.
Morgana is visibly like struggling to think of how to say what she wants to say.
Reassuring hand on his shoulder.
We know you don't actually find them annoying, but maybe it wouldn't hurt to say it more.
He looks shocked that you, which is I she's incredibly annoying. I don't know what you, I, give me a persuasion check. At advantage.
I guarantee you that's not gonna help a whole lot.
Guarantee, huh? Well,
Talking that good shit, Connor.
I should have waited for him to roll before I said that. The universe
should've.
countered my snark.
Silver, where are you? Help!
Silver's eating popcorn.
No!
I mean, I am. Shit. I'm just eating popcorn, just seeing what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Am I?
I think he's fishing
Is
for a
he
flash of
one?
genius.
The question is, am I?
Oh God, the influence is taking over.
I'll hand it
We're
to him.
cha-
If he's looking at me for a flash of genius,
We're chaotic and good now.
I am chaotic good.
Power over will.
Uh,
So yeah, I'll give him a flash of genius. I'll make him
Cool.
a 11.
Morgana, as you're staring at Melphite, he kind of, you see him blush a little bit and goes, maybe you're not the most annoying, sis. And Malia immediately gets uncomfortably close to his face as he's like gritting his teeth and goes, "Aw, you love me."
Why does this girl remind me of Charlie from Hazman Hotel?
Because
Because
like,
he's
That's
probably
what-
watched the show.
because
Yeah,
it's like
that's
your
what
classic
watch.
like, like monolithically innocent, lovable character.
Connor, the red flag. We come from the bad future, but the red flag could not be any more crimson. Forward to death.
Melphite then digs in and burrows away. And Malia comes up to you. Thank you for making him say that. I can't wait to hold it over him for the next few weeks.
Bleak.
Oh, I want to make you something. And she plucks up a few flowers and she says, hold out your wrist. To you, Morgana.
Morgana will reach out and grab Malira's hand or wrist instead of holding out her own.
Oh, I need both hands.
She'll slowly raise up her other one.
No, I need both of my hands. You've got her by the wrist.
Slowly lets go of her hand.
And she starts weaving a little flower bracelet around your wrist. And you see what's kind of a sloppy work. First, she licks her finger and snaps, and her little weaving tightens together and grows together. There you go. Now you've got an evergreen friendship bracelet. And if you look, I put our initials in the middle of some of the flowers. M for Malira, and Melphite, and what was your name?
Morgana.
Oh, good. I forgot to put yours in there. So it's good that you also had an M name. But I already knew that. Anyway, enjoy the bracelet. Bye bye. And she starts to fly off. As you look, you see that she's braided you a bracelet of forget-me-not.
She'll just look at it for a moment. And she'll turn to Andario. I hope he'll be that happy someday again.
I hope so as well.
Morgana, give me a insight check as you think back towards your Melphite.
You say insight?
Just to kind of recall his general disposition and his progress towards healing.
Hey.
You gather that what was really killing him before was the loneliness. And the more you spend time with him, the better he's getting. And so you are actively helping him back where you're from recover and heal. And you feel very confident you'll get him to that point someday. Just by being a good sister. And as you leave the grove, thinking about Melphite and setting your plans to go, actually, did you all need to take a long rest before you plane shift again? Because the mother will let you sleep here.
Let me check my recharge. 1d6?
It should be written on there. I was about to narrate you all leaving the grove. That's why I was like, wait a minute, they might stay.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Okay.
If we want to leave, we can.
Do you all want to leave, or do you want to spend the night? I don't know how many of your spell slots you all used, or if you wanted to go and immediately jump into the hells.
I haven't used anything.
Well, we still gotta we still gotta contact the devils, and we still have to wait for
The follower.
Yeah.
yeah.
Chilling here is fine then. If you wanted to take a little vacation.
Yeah, we can take a vacation.
I was about to say, Connor, you did not just pass up on that combo.
Given the ability of that bracelet, are we fine from that time dilation?
You don't know.
Do we need to be?
I mean, it would go into effect when you try and leave the Feywild. The roll to see if you come before or after, but
I don't know if we're in our time constraint. If anything on the ship will give out, or
no, the ship is stable.
don't know.
You have the ship stable.
Yeah.
You left it stable.
Okay.
Everything should be fine. If it takes you a month to get back, it'll be fine.
All right. Oh, that's specific.
I just wanted to tell you, like an
Yeah.
extreme amount of time to a D&D character, it's fine.
Okay. Honk shoe.
So I'm assuming you all stay.
Yeah.
You all go and find a nice, lovely plains And you see fireflies dancing out at night. And we'll pick up from there next week.
Zunkiri out there harassing the Winter Fae.
Connor gets sick again.
Zonkiri lurching in the bog biome, going, got to hide from the beetle. Ooh, something to terrorize.
And it's just an actual bear in the winter bit.
Nice.